Welcome to Tiny Tales, where tiny stories shine bright with big lessons.
Water-wise wonders. Shelldon the Tortoise loved his farm. His beans were bouncy, his peas were perky, and his carrots were crunchy. The sun was a warm, friendly smile in the sky. But one day, the sun forgot to be friendly. It turned into a giant, fiery eyeball, staring down at the farm. The soil began to feel like a hot, cracked biscuit. Soon, Shelldon's farm was very, very thirsty. The bouncy beans were droopy. The perky peas were pouty. "Oh dear," Shelldon mumbled, looking at his sad, wilted plants. Shelldon had to cheer them up. He waddled over to his saddest tomato plant. "Why did the tomato turn red?" he asked. "Because it saw the salad dressing." The tomato did not laugh. It just drooped. Next, he tried singing. "Oh, the beans and the peas, they grow with such ease." He sang in his loudest, most off-key voice. The beans seemed to droop even lower. Finally, he got a giant bucket of water. With a mighty heave, he splooshed it all over his carrots. The water made a big, muddy puddle and then ran away. The carrots stayed stubbornly droopy. "Oh, fiddle-faddle," Shelldon sighed. He plopped down in the dust. His shell felt heavy, and his heart felt sad. He looked up at the big, empty, bright blue sky. "I need help," he decided. He took a deep breath and called out in his biggest voice, "Barnaby!" "Oh, Barnaby, where are you?" A tiny buzz answered from far away. The buzz grew louder and louder until a familiar friend landed right on his shell. "What's the buzz, Shelldon?" asked Barnaby the bee. He looked around at the dusty farm. "Yikes, this looks like a big sky problem." Barnaby buzzed thoughtfully, circling Shelldon's head. "This is a job for Talisa. She's the wisest badger in the meadow. She knows all the secrets of the earth and the sky." So they set off. Shelldon waddled his slow waddle, and Barnaby buzzed his busy buzz. They passed thirsty flowers and dusty fields that crunched under Shelldon's feet. At last, they reached a little hill, and at the bottom of the hill was a garden so green and full of life, it looked like a jewel. "Wow," whispered Shelldon. "That must be Talisa's burrow." A kind badger with round spectacles on her nose came out of the burrow. "Hello there, Shelldon." "Hello, Barnaby," said Talisa. "You look thirsty. Come in for some minty water." While they sipped their cool drinks, Shelldon explained all about his droopy beans and pouty peas. Talisa listened carefully, nodding her head. "Ah," she said wisely, "it sounds like the Great Water Journey is being a bit sleepy." "You see," Talisa began, "the sun warms the water on the ground. It gives the water a little tickle, which makes it giggle and float up into the sky as an invisible mist. That's called evaporation. High up in the cool air, all those little water giggles find each other," she continued. "They huddle together to get warm and form a big, fluffy cloud. It's like a giant sky cuddle. That's condensation. When the cloud gets so full of cuddles that it can't hold even one more," Talisa explained, "the water tumbles back down to the earth as rain. Pitter-patter. That's precipitation." Shelldon and Barnaby looked out the window at the bright, cloudless sky. "But the clouds are on vacation," Shelldon said sadly, "and they didn't send a postcard." "Not to worry," chuckled Talisa. "When the clouds are shy, we can be water-wise wonders. We can help the water stay where it's needed." She led them outside and pointed to a big barrel under her roof. "This is a rain barrel. It saves up the rain for a not-so-rainy day." "And here's another secret," she whispered. "Plants are shy drinkers. It's best to water them in the morning or evening, when the sun is waking up or going to sleep. They get nervous when the big sun is staring right at them." Next, Talisa picked up some straw. "And this," she said, spreading it around the base of a flower, "is a cozy blanket for the soil. It's called mulch. It keeps the ground cool and moist so the sun can't tickle the water away." "My best trick," she said, pointing to a thin, black hose with tiny holes in it, "is this. It's a drip line. It's like a personal drinking straw for each plant. giving them a slow, steady sip right at their roots. Shelldon's mind was buzzing with wonderful water-wise ideas. "Thank you, Talisa," he exclaimed. He and Barnaby hurried back to the farm, ready to get to work. The first thing Shelldon did was put every empty bucket he could find under his barn roof. He tucked his plants in with a cozy blanket of dried leaves. Then he poked little holes in an old hose to make his very own silly-looking drip system. That evening, in the cool twilight, he gave all his plants a long, gentle drink. Slowly but surely, the farm began to smile again. The beans started bouncing. The peas began to perk up. Shelldon's farm was a flourishing, green paradise, and he was the proudest water-wise wonder of all.
Thanks for watching Tiny Tales Time, kids. Don't forget to come back for more magical stories and big adventures.